affected. Hey, who are all you people?
You knew you'd want it.
Okay, I just want to say thank a couple of people here tonight, because there's some people that worked really hard. And I was the shy one out of this bunch. I'm George Ogg, for all of you who don't know me. And it's great to see a lot of people. And for all the amends I owe to some of you from 35 years ago, I'm here to make them back. But you know, I love these school pictures things, because you know there was Sickman and all these pros. Scott Palm is still looking for somebody from Provost. And Overlook and all these Union and all these different schools. But I was a St. Gabe's guy. And, you know, everybody didn't know what to make of us because of this nun thing, you know. But I remember being in second grade one time, and this nun, she got me kicked off on one of my bad addictions, because I never met an addiction I didn't love. And this nun her name was Sister Marlene, and this nun used to like to flip baseball cards. And she was a good flipper. But she also, you know, she meant business. She'd take your baseball cards. But she was a reading teacher. And, you know, she was always wondering how we were doing, because, you know, some of us weren't real bright. But I remember she came into the room one day, and she said, we're going to have a little test on how everybody's doing, and see how you're all doing on this spelling today. So I remember she said, I want you to tell me if one of your parents were here today, what they do for us. So I remember Denise Doyle standing there, and she jumps up and she said, my mom's a good little baker. And if she was here today, she'd probably make chocolate chips for everybody. And everybody was all excited. See, us poor people at St. Gabe's, we didn't have a cafeteria. So chocolate chips would be good. So I didn't want to raise my hand, but I knew she was going to pick on me, because she was a little worried about me. So I jumped up and I said, you know, my dad's a Teamster. And I said, T-A-N, and she said, nah, George, you got to think about that. And I hear all this commotion in the back, and my dear friend who's like, he's sitting back here tonight, Larry Decker, you know Larry Decker. He was back in this classroom, and he was making all kind of noise. And the next thing I know, Larry Decker jumps up, and she says, Larry Decker. And Larry Decker says, my dad's a bookie, B-O-O-K-I-E. And if he was here tonight, he'd bet 6-5 odds Georgie Ogg's never going to learn how to spell that word. There's a lot of people we need to thank who worked really hard for this. I mean, really hard. And for all the people who said there weren't many for how many were in the class, I'm here to tell them tonight, we may be small in number, but we are many in heart. And we need to thank Barb and Franny, and Sandy, and Julia Stave, and Glenn, who's done a real and Amy Helm, who helped out tonight. There's a lot of people who did really a lot for us. And it was a lot of work. And you know, I say in 5 years, let's try at least just find 5 more people. Because it's not as easy as it thinks, you know? And most of it was done by the internet. But you know, I look around tonight, and I don't know how many of you've had a chance to look at this monitor, but we lost, you know, the reality of this is we've lost some really good people. I mean, people that I was close to. Alicia Karleski was on today talking about Rick Leonard and Bob Shack. They're gone. And, you know, some of those people, you know, were good. You know, I can close my eyes and remember the 9th grade school basketball team with Marty Burke. And there was Timmy Bigley, Fred Embrioli, Bobby McGivern. Yeah, and they're all gone. And they're all gone.
My boy.
They're all gone.
My boy.
Yeah, and then, you know, so life's short. It's that old lyric by Jackson Bryan. I'm aware of the time that's gone by, but in the end, it's just a blink of an eye. And, you know, I hope we don't forget those people that have left us. And because I think about them all the time. And recently, I had to let the hardest one go for me, because I was very close with Jimmy McCoy. I'm sure some of you remember Jimmy. Me and Jimmy went to St. Gabe's together. I was best man in his wedding. And then I did his eulogy a year and a half ago. And, you know, some of these people have left us too young. And that's why every day is a gift. And we got to live every day like it's our last, you know? And because we never know. But, you know, if we could just take a moment tonight and remember them. And I hope nobody's offended about what I'm about to say, because I don't mean it to be that way. So if you take it that way, I'm sorry. But you know, if we can all just collect our thoughts and remember these people, because some of them touched us in all different ways. And there's way too many of them that are gone. And I'm sorry I'm here tonight to tell you, next time we get together, there's probably going to be a couple more that are going to be gone. And but that's just the reality of it. So if we can just collect our thoughts and remember them, and may eternal rest grant unto them, O Lord, and may the perpetual light shine upon them. May their soul and all the souls of the faithful departed, in the mercy and love of God, tonight may they all rest in peace. Amen. And on this night, may the road rise to meet them. May the wind always be at their back. May the sun shine warm upon their smiling faces. And tonight, may the rains fall softly in their fields. And until we all meet again in glory, the class of 80, may the good Lord hold each and every one of you in the palm of his hand. And what I hope and pray for you all tonight is you can leave this room with a big smile on your face. And remember, what I'm going to try to do tomorrow is I'm going to try to find somebody I can do something for, and I'm not going to tell anybody about it, and I hope nobody finds out about it. But my hope to you and all, until the next time we meet again, may you all just live one day at a time and enjoy each moment at a time. Accept hardships in your life as a pathway to peace. Take this sinful world as it is and not the way that we would have it, knowing that surrendering to God's will lead us all to everlasting life, that we all may just be reasonably happy in this lifetime and supremely happy with him forever in the next. All right, love you all. Love you.